mother of all engineering and is a people-serving profession. Our department has conducted various seminars, workshops, technical events, and international conferences periodically. Our faculties are well trained in all the specializations of civil engineering. Our department utilizes various techniques in giving the best lecture through smart boards and other activities. Certain IVs are also conducted regularly for practical understanding of the students. There are numerous laboratories in the department for providing practical knowledge. All the students are given placement training by excellent faculty members for their betterment.
We build,
We create,
We imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of the world. We don't study, we do engineering. Civil engineering is the mother of all engineering and is a people-serving profession. Our department has conducted various seminars, workshops, technical events, and international conferences periodically. Our faculties are well trained in all the specializations of civil engineering. Our department utilizes various techniques in giving the best lecture through smart boards and other activities. Certain IVs are also conducted regularly for practical understanding of the students. There are numerous laboratories in the department for providing practical knowledge. All the students are given placement training by excellent faculty members for their betterment.
we build,
we create,
We imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of the world. We don't study, we do engineering. people-serving profession. Our department has conducted various seminars, workshops, technical events, and international conferences periodically. Our faculties are well trained in all the specializations of civil engineering. Our department utilizes various techniques in giving the best lecture through smart boards and other activities. Certain IBs are also conducted regularly for practical understanding of the students. There are numerous laboratories in the department for providing practical knowledge. All the students are given placement training by excellent faculty members for their betterment.
We build.
Be creative.
We imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of world. We don't study, we do engineering.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Screen வந்துருச்சாமே.
சார் ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுது பட் எக்கோ அடிக்குது பாருங்க.
இப்போ கேக்குதா?
இல்ல சார். ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே. ஓகே. ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க.
இருங்க சார். வந்து வெல்கம் அட்ரஸ் எல்லாம் முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் சொல்லுவாங்க சார். வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க சார் 1 செகண்ட்.
சரி சரி ஓகே.
ஓகே சார்.
Hari sir. Vijayaraghvan sir.
எஸ் சார் சொல்லுங்க சார்.
Hari sir.
சார் சார் 4 o'clock ஆயிடுச்சு சார், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Can we start, sir? A warm good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of PERI Institute of Technology, Department of Civil Engineering, we cordially welcomes everyone for the wonderful webinar on topic Quality Works in Construction Industry by our honorable speaker, Rahul Raja Rajamani sir, working as a QA engineer in Gulf Asia Contracting Company, Dubai. So before we start up the session, I would like to give you some few general instructions. Kindly keep your audio and video muted. Don't present your screen. Kindly fill the attendance form during the vote of thanks, and the attendance form will be active till 5:10 p.m. and no need to. You can ask your doubts and queries in the chat box at the end of the session. We have a query session, so you can post your doubts and queries at the end of the session, and we will share you the feedback form through the mail for those who people filled the attendance sheet. So if you have filled the attendance form, we will share you the feedback form through the mail. So and the certificates will be mailed to you within 2 to 3 working days. Now I request Jayashree from third year Department of Civil Engineering to deliver the welcome address. Jayashree.
Yes, sir. Pleasant
Proceed with
evening.
welcome address.
Yes, sir. Pleasant evening to all. You can dream, create, design, and build the most powerful place in the world, but it requires people to make the dream a reality. On behalf of PERI Educational Management, Honorable Chairman, respected Principal Mr. R. Paulson Kennedy, Vice Principal Mr. P. Mahesh, respected COO and the Department of Civil Engineering, I cordially welcome you all for the online webinar meet of our institution. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Rahul Raja Rajamani, Quality Assurance and Quality Control Engineer, Gulf Asia Contracting Company LLC, Dubai, who is going to brief us about the topic Quality Work in Construction Industry. Sir completed his bachelor's degree from M&M Jain Engineering College and M.Tech in Structural from SRM Engineering College. He completed many projects such as design of railway station buildings, design of lift supporting structures at Kuwait, extension work of church at St. Thomas Mount in Chennai. Sir also have 2 years of experience in the field of quality assurance and quality control engineer and 3 years of experience in structural design and site management. Sir has magnificent technical skills in AutoCAD, StatPro V8i, MS Office, and etc. Sir has also gained professional experience in structural design, such as demonstrating capability in designing, validating, and modifying the RC and steel structures, and worked as quality assurance and quality control engineer in estimating the quantity of materials required, execution of projects as per drawing, etc. Sir has also been worked as assistant professor in JPR SSR Engineering College, Padur, Chennai. Project engineer in Kalam's Vision Project Management at Dubai. It's really a glory to have him as a chief guest today in our online webinar. Once again, I thank our chief guest for graciously accepting our invitation. I ensure the webinar will be profitable and informative session few hours for everyone. If you have any queries during the presentation, please type them in the comment chat box. And we will also have time for questions at the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayshree. Without wasting much of time, I hand over the session to Rahul Vardhan, sir. Sir, you can start the presentation, sir. You can take over.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir. So, can everyone hear me? Okay, I will
Rahul
start
Vardhan,
my session now. Yeah, can you hear me, everyone, right?
thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll
Sir,
start.
it's audible.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
sir,
good
you can start
evening to one
presenting.
and all. Good afternoon to one and all present here. So, thanks for inviting me to present, giving this wonderful opportunity to present a seminar regarding the quality construction in the site. So, like, this is not a subject everyone studied in the college. Like, what we study is we just like a design, a theory paper, but nobody knows the quality of the work, what is happening in the site. So I just want to take everyone to the construction site, what the quality work is happening over there. So let's start the session. So already my introduction has been given. So currently I'm working as a QA/QC engineer in the Gulf Asia Contracting Company, Dubai. So my current project is, as you see, this is a hotel building. It is a 30-story hotel building called as Hilton Garden Inn and Embassy Suites. So regarding this, what are the quality works what are the works we are doing in the site? So this I'm going to explain for the next one now. So I'll just tell you the basic construction steps, what is happening in the site. So initially there will be a land, empty land. So what we do is, based on the design and based on the drawings, so there will be a raft level or the foundation level. So what we do is, initially we excavate the soil. So until we achieve the foundation level of the soil, we will stop the excavation. And then what we do is, the next step is the compaction. So the compaction of the soil, that means it should be stable. The soil should be stable. So what we do is, we make a compaction with the compact vibrator, so which is around a 2-ton capacity. So this we make a compaction up to 98% of the soil. So after compaction, we will make a test also. So in that test, it should be the maximum, it should be achieved 98%. So if it is not achieved, so again we need to compact. So after compaction, we will do the anti-termite work. So this will kill some bacteria as insects and so. And then after this, we will lay the polythene sheet. So after polythene sheet, we will make a PCC. PCC means plain cement concrete. There is like kind of grade of 20 Newton per mm square, generally what we use in the site. So after PCC, the next day we will make a curing also. So and then next we will start the waterproofing. Why we use a waterproofing? So because there will be a water level is given for every initial in the site. There will be a water table depth for every site. So based on the report, we will make like how many coats of waterproofing to be done. So in the waterproofing, we have 3 steps. So the first one is bitumen paint. Bitumen paint is nothing but like what we use for the road, like called as tar. So that is a bitumen paint. So that will be black color. So initially we'll apply that and we'll wait for the 6 hours. And then we make a membrane layer. That is a 2-layer membrane. This two-layer membrane, initially the first membrane will be laid after painting the bitumen 6 hours, and then the second layer will be done after done of the 2 hours of the first layer. So after this, when this done, we make a protection screed. The protection screed is for what it means. It will protect the waterproofing as well as the steel which we are going to place for the raft or foundation. So after this protection sheet, we lay the complete steel reinforcement what is given in the drawing. So we will follow the drawing design. Like in our project, we use a 50 centi raft thickness. So there will be a two layers of steel, top and bottom. So we will lay, initially we lay the bottom steel and then we will make a top steel. So once it is done, we'll make a concrete. So the concreting process, it will take 24 hours. Because in our site, we make a raft for around 4,000 m³ of concrete. So which is done in around 18 hours. So this concreting will be done parallelly and then curing also should be done. And then we make a vertical steel, like what are the columns coming from the raft or foundation. So that steel we will place according to the drawing. And then after steel, we'll go for the shutter work, form work. So we close the column shutters and then we'll make again concrete for the columns. And then obviously we make a curing for 7 days, but practically we make curing for 7 days, but theoretically it should be for 28 days. So maximum 7 days we'll make a curing and then we'll start the decking for the slab. After the slab, again, the decking means the shuttering or form work in form of plywood. So we make a shutter and we give the support in the bottom and then we'll start the reinforcement works for the slab. And then after the reinforcement, then again same, the concreting, curing. So this is the normal construction steps of the structural thing. So this will be like a kind of a typical one. Till from the foundation to the top roof level, this is the basic step for the construction of a RC building. So, and there are some miscellaneous works. These are the other works, which is what initially I told is the structural works. So, say these are the internal works, kind of a block wall. So, the block wall construction is like in Dubai, what we use is the external peripheral of the slab. We use the thermal block. That means it will, it will not, it will absorb the heat and it will not, the temperature will be maintained in the both. The outside temperature will not come inside and the inside temperature, it will not affect the outside. So, and then block wall construction for the partition, if there is any rooms, lobbies, so we'll make a partition, that block wall also. And then again, next step is plastering. So plastering, painting, floor finish, these are the some steps. Then skirting of the floor. After that, there is a MEP works like electrical conduits, electrical pipes, mechanical, the AC pipes, so everything. So that works will be everything. This all will be doing parallelly, and then we'll start the fall ceiling works, joinery works. Joinery works means like fitting doors, windows, and then cladding and facade. Cladding means like outside we make a glass or a supporting steel structure. This kind of works. Then firefighting works. It is mandatory to provide firefighting works in all the building in Dubai. And then after everything is complete, we'll make a final building inspection with the municipality of the Dubai. And then we'll obtain the building permit. So once the building permit means if it, that is the work is done as per the project specifications. And then the snag work. Snag work means there is some small works which is not done completely. So these kind of works will be going on, keep going on for 6 months. So small works like if there is any paint is peeling out from the wall or any plastering works is not proper. So this snag works will be going for the 6 months. And then when we complete all the snag works, and then we hand over the project to the client. So these are the basic construction steps that what we follow in the here. So next, so we go into now we are going to the subject what I'm here to teach now. So quality. So everyone expects a quality in the work or a product everywhere. We need some quality works, quality things. Everyone is what say everyone expects. Each consumers will expect. I need some quality good works, quality good things. So this should be followed in the. This is followed in the construction site also, so that the client will be the client or consumer. They will be happy to when they receive when they are going inside the building or when they are occupying their structure. So quality in the construction site. So every client he needs what he wants to be a different in a structure, like architectural wise, structural wise. So there will be like a modern design and antique design everywhere. Whatever thing, there should be a quality followed in the site. And what does the quality? That means if you are completing the project on time, if you are completing the project on time, so there will be a time frame for the project.
But I know, sir.
Hello. The completing the project on schedule. So there will be a time frame for each and every project. So our project is 3 years schedule. So if we are giving the project on time to the client, finishing, so this is the one of the quality of the project. And then meeting the owner's requirement with the budget. So like there is a certain amount the client which he separates for his building. So this amount, within this amount, if we construct and give the building to them, so they will be very happy. So this is also one of the quality requirements in the construction. Then the specification. So when we initially sign the contract with the client, there is a list of specification what they require, like what kind of finish they need, what kind of glass they need, what kind of this equipments to be provided in the building. So these specifications will be listed out in their contract documents. So we should study the QA/QC engineer. He should sit and study, and then he should fulfill the requirements. Then ensuring the facilities, like the purpose of this building. What is this purpose? So that should it should achieve. So this is the hotel building, so it should achieve for final requirement. So this is also the quality. So now we go in for the hierarchy in the construction side. So these are the 4 members who plays major role in the construction. Number 1, client. After that, consultant. After that, main contractor and subcontractors. The client is the person who is going to own a building. Then consultant. The consultant is, there are different types of consultant. Like there is an architectural consultant, structural consultant, MEP consultant, and then project management consultant. So these everyone, the architectural mean they will do they'll make a plan architect wise, and then for that they will design the structure will be get designed according to that. And then the MEP consultant, that means where the MEP works, what are the things to be done. So related MEP side, there is a MEP consultant, and then project management consultant. The project management consultant, they will manage all the project, like payment, they will get the payment from the client and they will pay the main contractor. So what is QA/QC? QA means quality assurance. This is what you are going to assure that this project is going to be done as per the specification. So we are going to promise the client and the consultant that whatever the standards, as per your design standards, whatever we are going to do as per the document wise. This is mainly a document. Quality assurance is nothing but a document maintenance. So we do a documentation. There is a list of documents what a QA/QC engineer holds, and he will maintain that and till the end of the project. This next, quality control. Quality control means it is what is happening in the site. So he needs to control. He needs to over the control in the site. There is an execution team who performs the structural works. I mean the construction works. The QC, he will go to the site and he should control, like if there is, as it is done as per the drawing or not. We should check. every time, each and every, there is an inspection. So we used to go to the site and we used to give the, if it's not correct in the drawing, if it is not as per the drawing, so we'll ask to rectify the execution team. So this is called as the quality control. So what are the roles and responsibilities of a QA/QC engineer? So as I said, he needs to study all the drawings. So there is a civil drawing, architectural drawing, structural drawing. So he needs to be in a, it is a multidisciplinary process. So he needs to coordinate with all the drawings, what are the drawings provided by the consultant. He needs to sit and study the drawings. So once sit and study the drawings, then he should inform the execution team how to perform the works in the site. And then next, as a QA/QC, it is mainly a document we need to, what say, it is a document maintenance is more important till the completion of the project. The documents means the inspection requests, certificates, the test results, what we get for the cubes. So I will discuss regarding this, what are the documents, what we are maintaining. I will, in the later slide, I will explain them. Then the quality of the materials. So the materials, what even from the small, even the cement, sand, the concrete, the paint, the cladding, the external facade. So each and every material what we use in the site, it should be get approval from the consultant. This mainly the material, it will be mentioned in the project specifications. So we read the project specification and we'll submit the materials as per the client needs. What kind of, he will propose, I mean, he will give on a certain company name. So we should get a supplier from that material, supply of that material, and we should submit for their approval. So only that materials only can be used. So next, developing a method statement. The method statement for each and every work in a site, there is method statement, how we are going to proceed the works. So this and the risk assessment. So there will be a risk in that job. So how it should overcome, we need to overcome from that job. So we need to take care of that also. So this will be like the QA/QC engineer, what he does, he will develop a method statement, how we going to work, how the execution team is going to work in the site. So based on the method statement only, we need to work in the site. So if it is not followed in the site, like there will be a problem, the client will create a problem. So what we do is, as what we are giving the method statement, as per that only we used to work in the site. So there is an submission of inspection test plan, like there is a inspection for each and every work in the site. So we need to have a plan for that, what kind of inspection, like we need to for the steel checking or the concrete checking. So there are list of inspections we have. So this inspection, we need to make a plan accordingly, advancedly, and then we make how much frequency we need to test that one. So we'll make as per the specifications of the project. Then the main role is the bridge between the QA/QC engineer, is the bridge between the consultant as well as the contractor. So I'm from the contractor side. So I will be the responsible for what is happening in the site. So I need to coordinate with the consultant. So I used to take inspection with him. So after my checking, I will inform the consultant to just please come and check for the steel, or please and come check for the concrete, what we are going to do in the site. So he will come along with me and we go to the site and he will inspect and he will give the approval. And at last, whatever happening in the site, we directly report to the QA/QC manager. So there is we are not directly in contact with the site execution team. So above us, there is a QA/QC manager. So what all happening in the site, we will report at the end of the day, we will report, we'll monitor all the activities and we'll send the photos or videos, everything to the QA/QC manager for his approval also. So how to achieve the quality in the construction site? So the first step is understanding the project specification. As I told you, the project specification, it will be initially during the tender time, the client will give to the consultant. So as what he requires. So this project specification, it should be in a fingertip by a QA/QC engineer. So he should sit and study before the project starts. That is the quality assurance. This one, he should sit and start before the execution of the project. You need to sit and study the project specifications. What are the standards to be followed in the site? And next, the ensuring project quality requirements. The project quality requirements. That means when the work is going to start in the site, what we do is we call the execution team. The execution team means the person who is going to the site engineers basically. So we call the execution team, and we will make it's kind of an induction. Like we used to give some tips how to start the works, how to manage with the labors, everything. So we will initially tell we will not accept any poor quality what is happening in the site. So this will be like kind of an internal kind of a meeting. We'll make a meeting every day of starting day of the project, and we ask them to follow in the site. Next, employ people with the required skills. So required skill, that means the person, each and every person has a, like there is a carpenter, there is a steel fixer. So the steel fixer, what he do is he will fix only the steel. He doesn't know how to do a shuttering or formworks. Similarly, a painter, he needs to he know only to paint, but he doesn't know how to make the joinery works and all. So for what according to the work, we need to employ the people, and then never accept poor quality. So there will be some errors in the site, but when we are going to check in the site, there will be some problem in the site. What we inform the site execution team, so please do in a good quality. So because the project, it has to be go like it should be finished within the time, but with the poor quality, we will not accept this what is they're doing in the site. So we should not accept the poor quality, and the standard should be followed till the completion of the project. And then check and check. So the quality, this quality control engineer, what he do, he goes to the site with the drawings, and he used to check whether it is done as per the drawings or not. If there is any missing in the drawing, inform the site people, the site workers, to do the work as per the drawing. So like if it is better to check 1 or 2 or 3 times rather than if it is not done as per the drawing. So what we do is we check up to 3 times we check, and then only we call the consultant for the inspection to get a approval, and then carry out testing as required. Basically, as I said initially for the compaction, so these are the tests. So we'll get the reports from the third-party laboratory. So once they come to the site, they will make a test. So and what they do is they will give a report to us if it is done as per the specification, the value is achieved or not. Like the concrete test report, the cube strength, it is achieved in 28 days or not. So during concreting time, what we do is we make some cubes or everything, and then we send to the third-party lab for the test. So there are some tests. These are the tests, basically what we follow in the site. Next, checking the materials. The material, as I told you, it should be the suppliers, it should be approved previously from the consultant. What we will make a submittal to the consultant to approve for the suppliers. So whether the supplier is able to supply these kind of materials or not, whether they are supplying the quality materials or not. So when they supply the material, we will test the materials also. For example, there is the steel which we are going to use in the site. So what we do is we will check the quality of the steel by whether it is achieving the tensile strength. So basically we use a 500 grade tensile steel. So we will get a sample from the supplier, and then we will make a test, and then only we will allow the steel to proceed in the site. If the steel test is failed, so that material will be rejected. We will not use that lot of steel in the site. Next, protect the completed work. So we are doing works now in the site. So when it is kind of a finishing stage, we'll cast the floor and we'll make a tiles, everything. but still some works will be going on the kind of a fall filling works will be going. So in that case, what we need to do is we need to protect our work with the plastic or polythene sheet and some cardboard box, so that the tile which is done in the floor, that will not get damaged. So this is the thing, you need to protect your work what you done. Then carry out remedial work correctly. There will be like when the during concrete time, there will be some there is kind of honeycomb that may form in the structure. So what we need to do is we need to repair that. So if we repair first time correctly, then we need not to go for again and again the repair. So this should be done in the presence of quality control engineer at the site. So until he satisfies, he will not allow for the next step of the construction. And then documentation works are important. So as a QA/QC engineer, he needs to be at site also, and he needs to maintain the document also. So documentation maintenance is very important in this case, and as a QA/QC engineer. So as I said, these are the list of documents that we are maintaining in our company. First is technical submittal. What does the technical submittal means? A technical submittal is nothing but if there is any supplier who is going to supply a material to the site, whether he is approved from the municipality, like whether he can supply the material or not, whether he is qualified to supply. So in our case, we are for example, for a concrete, there should be we are using more than 50,000 m cube of concrete in this structure. So we will submit the ready mix plan, whether he can able to submit this much amount of concrete in this period of time. So this will be reviewed by the consultant as per his previous projects. So he will approve or he may not approve. So these comes under the technical submittals. The material submittal. The material submittal, as I said earlier, for each and every material what we are using in the site, it should be get approved from the client as well as the consultant. So this material submittal, what we do is based on the client's specification, we will submit to the consultant for the approval. But sometimes if that material is not available, the contractor he will propose some other material, but it will not like the same quality of the material by the different company. So this again we submit in the different form of this thing to get the approval. Next, inspection request. What is an inspection request? This means for each and every activity what we are doing in the site, it should be taken to the consultant. So without this knowledge, we cannot do a single work at the site. So for this, what we do is we make an inspection request. So and so time, what are the works it is going to happen? So we make an inspection request. At this time, please come and inspect. So this document will be going to the consultant, and this will be maintained by a QA/QC engineer. And then material inspection request. As the name suggests, okay, the material which we got approval, that material has come. That material will come to the site. Based on that material, what they supply, whether it is he will come and check whether it is approved from the consultant or not, whether it is any physical damage is seen or not. So for this, we will raise an inspection to the consultant. If the material is good or not, it is as per project quality standards, everything, and then he will approve. After his approval only, we will take that material to the site for the further usage. And then method statement. As I said already, the method statement for each and every activities, there is a method statement, how we are going to proceed the work. For example, if there is any repair works is going to be happen in the site, we need to provide a method statement for that, how we are going to do this. For example, if there is any crack in the surface, what we do is initially, the first step is we need to grind the crack, and then we need to clean the cracked portion, and then we use the approved filler material to arrest the crack, and then we make a curing. So this is the 4 point. So this is just for example I'm saying. So this is the method statement. So this statement should be make a document and we submit to the consultant and he will approve. Then inspection, testing and planning. So inspection is called as ITP. So for how many frequency time for what all the inspection to be done, this will be written in a document. So this day, this much 20 inspection is there. So next day, this 11 inspection is there. So we make a plan, like we make a 4-8 plan. Before this planning engineer will give us. So based on that, we make this inspection testing plan, and this document will be maintained by us. Then request for information. What is the request for information? See, if there is any discrepancy in the drawing and the specification. So what we do is we raise an RFA called as request for information. So the consultant, what he will review and he must submit back to us within 7 days. So he will suggest, or the contractor will propose if there is any mismatch in the drawing. So we will ask, like for example, there is an architectural drawing and structural drawing. In this, we may face some problem, but architecture may be correct or structural may be correct. So, but in that, we doesn't know what is correct. But in this case, what we raise an RFI to the consultant and gather the correct information, and we will follow the same at site. Then test reports. The test reports, as I said, for the concrete checking, the cube test results, the compaction test results, and then the pull-out test results. There are some kind of tests are there, which is we will take frequency daily basis or in a weekly basis. So these test reports, it will come from the third-party laboratory. So they will certify, okay, this work is good or not. So these test reports will be maintained by us. Then site instructions. Site instruction means the work is not happening as per the drawings or standards. So we will issue a site instruction. So this site instruction, the execution team has to follow in the site. If they are not following the site instruction within the 7 days of issuance from our side, so we will give a non-conformance report. It's called as an NCR. This is very dangerous in this NCR. It's very dangerous in the construction industry. Once, if we receive an NCR from the consultant or client, they have rights to hold the payment, because non-conformance report that you are not following the drawing in the site. So this initially they will give us a site instruction, but if you are not following in the site for the within 7 days, they will issue a non-conformance reports.
So that is the important things I would like to share. And the next slide, if I say, we can skip it, sir, because it will take time. Yeah, sir.
And next, site observations. The site observations, like what we are observing in the site. When we are going for the checking in the site, we may feel like there is a dump of material that we load in the one cases. This what we observe. It is very dangerous to load a heavy material in a small place. So what we issue is, we will issue a site observation report to the execution team. So they should follow the site observation, and they should clear within the 7 days. If they are not following the same thing, and again the NCR will be given to the execution team. Next, confirmation of verbal instruction. So when we are taking a consultant for the inspection at the site, he will ask to provide some extra steel, like which is not in the drawing. So we may provide some additional steel, and he will ask, I need an opening in some certain places which is not shown in the drawing. So what we do is, we immediately raise a confirmation verbal instruction to the consultant. So in this date, we have agreed to provide this opening in the site. So this will get approved, and we'll keep a copy and we'll maintain this document. If we are not doing this one, then they may play a game like this is not done as per the drawings. And then the concrete delivery orders. The concrete delivery order means the concrete truck which is coming to the site. So we maintain that delivery orders. They called as ticket. They will call as ticket. I will show you the sample in the later slide. So this concrete delivery order, this document also, like how many m cube of concrete is pouring in single day. So this delivery, each and every delivery ticket we maintain for the final payment from the client. Similarly, the steel delivery order. How much of steel is delivering in a single day? So normally in our site daily 10 to 15 ton of steel is delivering in our site. So these all steel delivery, we should maintain a log also, and we will update each and every day what is happening. Then test request form. For the third party lab, we will, as a QA/QC engineer, we should request to come and collect the cubes and give the reports as soon as possible. So this test request forms what we will raise to the third party lab, and we make a acknowledged copy and we will keep in the site. Then mass concrete reports. Mass concrete. So over 500 m cube of concrete which is pouring in a single day is called as a mass concrete. So in our site, like for the raft pouring, it is around 4,000 m cube of concrete what we used in the.
Rahul Raja sir, kindly unmute. No, someone has muted you. You can unmute your audio.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we
Yeah,
can
I
hear
did.
you, sir. Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. You can proceed.
and then daily, weekly, monthly reports. So daily, what is happening in the site? So this daily reports we will maintain in the site weekly, and we will submit to the our QC manager. What is happening in the site daily? How many inspection has been done? How many materials has been received in the site? And for the month, or what all the materials are receiving. These reports we will make and we will submit to our QC manager, and one copy will be maintained in the site. So these are the basic documents that will be maintained by the QA/QC engineer in the site. These are his roles and responsibilities. Mainly QA/QC is nothing but a document orientation as well as the site control. So I will tell you how the inspection process takes place at site. This, for example, for a column, I will tell you. So initially, the reinforcement will be placed at the site. This reinforcement, the steel should be done as per the drawing, the structural drawing, which is given by the consultant. We will take a printout of the drawing and we will go to the site and check whether it is done as per the drawing schedule. So, and after that, as QC engineer, he will check, and then he will raise an inspection request for each and every activities happening in the site. The consultant should come and inspect at the site, and he should give the approval. Without this approval, we cannot go for the next step. So once consultant comes to the site and he checks, and he will give the approval. And then if there is any MEP services in the column or any slab, so the MEP consultant, they will come and check, and they will give, from their side they will raise an inspection and they will get the approval and clearance. Without MEP clearance, we cannot go for the shutter work or form work, and we cannot carry the concrete. So when the inspection MEP clearance is done, only after that we will raise the inspection for the shutter. Shutter means like we are closing the form work and make the concrete. Without the clearance, we cannot do the next. Without MEP clearance, we cannot go for the next the sequence. So once the shutter is approved from the consultant, if it is the shutter checking means it should be placed in the coordinate. The survey, they will give the coordinate points, and then the shutter will be placed according to the coordinate points in the drawing, and then it will be closed, and we need to check the verticality and the horizontality of the column, which is it is as per the design orientation. And once it is approved, the shutter, we will make the formwork tight with some clamps and these nuts and bolts, and then we will start for the concrete pouring. So and then concrete pouring, after 24 hours, it will be we will remove the shutter and we'll make the we'll start the curing. So I'll just show you the photo how we inspect in the site. in the left side, you can see the steel reinforcement. On the left side, we can see the steel reinforcement inspection, how it is going on. So we will check the rings, the number of rebars in the drawing. It is done as per the drawing or not. So this is how we check with the. On the right side, this is the shutter work. So you can see there is one this line. This is called as a line dory, and this is called as the plumb. The vertical is called as a plumb, and this is called the line dory. So it should be like in each and every place from this point to the entire column. It should be the same reading in the tape. If there is any discrepancy in the measurements, we need to realign the shutter and recheck again. So the maximum tolerance what QC accepts is 5 millimeter. Okay, if in this point we are getting 30 centi, and in this point if we are getting 30.3 centi, means it is acceptable. Beyond 30, 31, 32, it is not acceptable. This is the so next, the QC during concrete pouring. So QC, he has to stand for the entire, from the initial starting concrete pouring to the finishing final end of the concrete. He need to stand in the site, and he need to check each and every truck which is getting delivered. So for each and there will be a different grade of concrete which we are using in the site for different elements. For the slab, we have some different grade of concrete. For the columns, we have different grade of concrete. For the beams, we have different grade of concrete. And for the foundation, we have different grade of. For each and every concrete pouring, so we need to check whether it is done, the batching is done as per the correct quantity, the correct this. So what a QC checks during a concrete pour? So batching time of concrete. So he will check at what time the batching starts. So basically the concrete, it will expire in 2 hours from the starting of batching time. So the batching time, when it is, we make a note of that. And then arrival time of concrete inside, at what time is coming. So we make a again note on that. Then grade of concrete, what the grade of concrete, what you are going to pour in the site. So that also we need to check. And if it, for the, as I said, for the slab, if it is done as per the approved mix design, that whether that grade is pouring or not. Then temperature of concrete. So here in Dubai, it is a very hot condition. The temperature of a concrete is one main role that we need to maintain. So it should be in our specification, the concrete temperature should be 32 degrees Celsius. Beyond that, we should not use in the pour. Next, the slump value of concrete. As you know, you will used to check in the laboratory. The concrete lab, there is practical concrete lab. I don't know. In that we used to make a concrete and we will check the slump. So that the same slump only we will do check here. Next, pour log. What is a pour log? Pour log means how many m³ of concrete is pouring in a single day or single slab casting. So this also a document we will maintain. So this is the sample of a concrete delivery order which we maintain in our site. So in this, I will tell you what are the concrete, what are this thing. So this is called as the batching time. This is the batching date. This is the batching time. So from this time, it is the concrete, it will expire in 2 hours. So if it is not poured in the 2 hours, if it is, say this is 21:04, means night 9 o'clock, it is started batching. So night 11:04 p.m. the concrete will expire. So before that, we need to pour in the element. So this is the grade of concrete. So this is the mixed grade. This also we need to check. So as per our approved design, it is a cylinder 60 which should be used for the columns. So that mix we follow in the, we'll check during the during the concrete pour. And then next, so this is a temperature.
Rahul Raja sir, again it is got muted, your audio. Rahul Raja sir,
Can you hear me
kindly.
now?
Yeah, now I can hear you, sir. You can proceed.
So, yeah, this is the thing what time the concrete arriving inside, this what time starting discharging and finishing discharging. So this concrete is finished discharged by 10:45 p.m. That means it is less than 2 hours. So again, the slump value what we are checking, it will be noted down here, and what is the temperature of the concrete, that also we noted down here. So this is the basic sample the concrete DO, what the QC checks and how we proceed allow for the concrete. So this is the temperature and slump check. When the concrete comes, we will check the temperature and the slump. It should be the slump in the previous this thing. It is given the maximum slump what we use for the site. It should be 200 plus or minus 40. That is, it is the range from 160 mm to 240 mm maximum. It is acceptable. If it is below 160, the concrete truck should be rejected, and if it is above 240 also, the concrete truck should be rejected. It is done by the QC engineer role. So he plays a major role during the concreting. So he has a right to cancel the concrete also if it is not as per the mixed design or the standards which is approved in the which is given in the specification. So these are the temperature and slump check. So there is one more mode of failure of concrete, that is called as a segregation. So what is the segregation means? So this is called as a segregation. See, the concrete, the aggregate is separated from the concrete. It is not properly mixed. As you see the previous, this is the properly mixed concrete, and this one is not properly mixed. So when this happens in the site during the concrete pour, so this will be it is very dangerous to the structural member. It may lead to the failure of the structure also. So these kind of concrete we will not accept. So this is the important quality checks that we do during the concrete pour. So this is the pour log. What we at what time of, this is the ticket number, what time of batching it is done, how many quantity, this cumulative quantity, how much is poured in a single, what are the slump for each and every truck. The QC engineer, he should check and he should update this, and he should make a copy of this, and he should maintain in a file. So this file, why we are maintaining? For the payment purpose. So this, like in what date how many M cube is poured, so what time it starts, what time it's finished. So this should be maintained by the QC engineer for the payment purpose. So there is a checklist what we used to maintain before the consultant inspection. So this is the basic checklist for an RCC works. So these is given the project's number. I mean, which project, who is the consultant, who is the contractors, and all. So these are the checklist for RCC. RCC works, for example, it is a column work or a slab work or a beam work. What we do is we used to get sign from all the departments. So we have a different departments: survey department, MEP department, execution department, then QC department, and health and safety department. So from everyone, we need to get this checklist approved, and then only we can pour the concrete. So this QA/QC will get approval from all the department, and he used to give it to the consultant for the final approval. So these are the checklists mentioned. What are the items to be checked? So these are the mainly things listed what we used to check in the site, and we make, if it is accepted, okay. If it is not accepted, we may have reject. So finally, everyone should sign in this. So surveyor should sign, site engineer should sign, MEP he should sign, and the QA at last final, the QA/QC, they will sign. So they will sign, and this document also should be maintained for the future. So that no one can say that QC did not check. He did not check. He did not came to the site and check. So this is the checklist for our safer purpose. Next. So this quality check after the concrete pouring. So when they remove the shutter, this is the column. This is the big wall, shear wall, they say. So when after casting the concrete, so the QC, the quality control engineer, he will go to the site again for how the pour has been done, whether it is done as per the standards or not. So when we go to the site, the QC inspector, he will ask the site engineer not to remove the shutter after 24 hours. So after placing the concrete 24 hours only, we will remove the shutter. So if the finishing is not good, then the quality of work is not good. If the finishing is good, okay, the quality is accepted. See this one, there is a honeycomb which is formed in the during the concrete pour. This is mainly because of not doing the vibration properly in the site. The execution team, what the laborers, what they will not do a proper vibration. They just put a vibrator into that and they'll just. But this, at least for 2 to 3 minutes, when the concrete pouring, the vibrator has to be inside the column, so that this will not form again and again. So okay, this has happened. So what is the next remedial measure? So what we do is, we will make a repair. So there is an approved repair material from the consultant. If the works, like for each and every material, as I told, we need to get approved from the consultant. So to repair this material, so we will use the approved material and we will make a finish. After this, we will grind this and we make it at the same level. So these are the basic thing what we do in terms of quality in the site. The poor quality, it will delay the works and gives the additional cost to the consultant as well as the client. Why? Because see, as in the previous slide, if they do a proper working over here, so we need not to go for this one, the additional work. This is the additional work what we are doing. So this will again, the time of the project will get delayed and the cost of the project also will get delayed. It is a poor reputation for the contractor also. So the consultant, he may not believe the contractor is not doing the proper work. So this is one of the main poor quality. It may lead to fail the collapse of the structure and cause injury and deaths also. So if the quality is not good, if the steel work or this thing is not done as per the drawing, say if there is if we are putting in the drawing, if it is, say it is 20 steel to be placed, but outside if it is 10 steel only placement, it is very dangerous. It may collapse the structure and the entire slab also. So this should not happen in the. So quality control and quality assurance is necessary for the construction site. So we need to follow what is given in the drawing, what is given in the specifications, and what we are executing, which should be properly done. So I think this quality subject is not teaching in our engineering thing. So that's why I just want to take you all people what is happening in the site and how we are doing in the site. So normally we have a design of a design paper, some theoretical paper, but regarding this, I think nobody has. We may not know during the studying of engineering. So that's why I just want to take you all to the quality, what is happening in the site. And thanks for Tangam ma'am who gives this opportunity to provide regarding what the quality that is happening in the site. And it gives immense pleasure for me. And thank you once again. If you have any queries, you can ask.
Thank you. I'll ask. If any queries is there, you can post it in chat box.
Sir?
Sir, there's one guy has asked a doubt in chat box, so you can go through the question and you can answer, sir.
Okay, check. There are a lot of things.
Can I read out the question?
Okay, let me start. Civil engineering is mandatory to work. It's not like that, Mr. Baba Preet. He having some doubt. So, like parallelly, you may do such courses because I did like that only. But we cannot understand what is happening. But when you once come to the site, so what your Revit or Architect or StatPro, whatever the software, so that practicality, but you must know the how to use that software before you're getting into the field. So it doesn't mean that you should have a site knowledge before using that software. It is not like different, but something like not 98% different. But the terms what we are using only is different. But other thing, nothing much difference here. Any other term? Is there any assessment for quality assurance? Like, yeah, there is an, we have some auditing like ISO. There are some standards which has to be followed on the site. But regarding that, I don't want to make a confuse regarding the standards. So this regarding this, I will make another presentation for you guys. So what are the standards? What are the standard organizations for that? Like an ISO. There are some so they have some particular this thing. And I use OPC. No, you cannot use that symbol. If it is hard and it is become hard, a long time of exposure. So how you cannot you need to break again. You need to break. You need to make. So that is not acceptable, Mr. Sheikh Zeda. So once if it is hardened, it should be. It's just a waste. We cannot use that. So when you are using OPC like for some mortar or finishing, so if how much quantity you are taking, you must use that within the. There is a time limit for the initial setting time, final setting time for the normal. Within that time limit, we should finish all these things. What kind of approval is given by structural designer? The structural designer, like he will submit his design drawings to the government of Dubai. So he will get the drawing approval whether the design is safe or not. So this drawing will be reviewed by the municipality people also from the Dubai. So they will give the approval. They will give the no objection certificate. So after that only we can go for the site execution. In terms of if you are asking for the site, what the structural designer is giving approval, he will check the steel. If it is the steel, there is a column schedule and the slab schedule. The steel, what he designed is done as per the drawing or not, he will check. If it is as per the drawing, okay, he will give the approval to proceed for the next step, like for the concrete and all. What is the significance of taking cubes at site? So, as I said, there is some mixed design which we follow for each and every element. So for this, there is the designer. He will initially when you design a building, for each element he will give the different grade of concrete during the design stage. So at that time, he will say this is the cylinder 60. For a column, what we use is cylinder 60. That means if we convert the column, cylinder to cube, cylinder 60 means in terms of cube, we make only cubes at site, not cylinders. But the designer, he will give as a cylinder only in terms of cylinder value. But we do at site is cube value. So in that time, what we do, cylinder 60 means we multiply the cylinder 60 into 1.25 times. This is the conversion for the cylinder to cube. So if in that case, cylinder 60 means cube in terms of cube, we must get the result at 75 Newton per mm square. So we must know whether this concrete has been, what the concrete poured in the that site, the column or slab, whether we want to know whether it is achieved that good strength or not. So this is what we take the cubes at site. what the process of having professional license structural engineering in the Middle East. Yeah, here we have some exams here in which the government of Dubai, they will conduct an exam. So prior that you must have an experience at least 3 to 4 years. So there is a different level of the structural engineer experience. Like we have G+1, G+4, G+12, G+20, and then G+ unlimited license. So for based on the experience only, they will give the you may able to write the exam, and you may clear, and you will be given as a professional structural engineer license.
Thank you, Rahul Raja, sir. Sir, other questions you can answer through mail, sir.
Okay, no problem.
So I request Surender, Secondary Department of Civil Engineering, to deliver the vote of thanks. Surender?
Okay, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay, sir. I take this precious opportunity to thank Mr. Rahul Raja Rajamani for graciously accepting our invitation for our webinar session. Thanks a lot, sir. This session was an eye-opener for each one of us about quality assurance and quality control. Once again, thank you, sir. I extend my warm gratitude towards all the participants, those who shown their interest in taking up this webinar session. I also extended my warm gratitude towards Honorable Chairman, respected Principal, Vice Principal, respected COO, and the whole Department of Civil Engineering for fabricating such a great opportunity to us. I wish that to end up the session with a proverb: the bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten. So, as per the facts about the quality assurance and the quality control, we all will follow in our future exertion. Stay home, stay safe, stay happy, and keep learning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Surender.
Thank you for giving wonderful opportunity, sir. So a lot
Thank you,
more
sir.
to
On
come.
behalf of
In future,
Chairman,
we may.
sure, sir. On behalf of Chairman, Principal, Vice Principal, and Department of Civil, Head of the Department of Civil Engineering and other faculties, we are thanking you for giving wonderful opportunity, sir, for a wonderful session. Thank you, sir. You can leave the end of the session.
Yeah.
Thank you all.